Hello, I'm Ranger Cathy Taylor at Paris Mountain State Park in Greenville, South Carolina. Have you ever learned something about our natural world that really blew your mind? That changed the way you look at your world around you? Well, some years back, I learned something about flowers that totally changed the way I looked at them. Think of your favorite flower. I'm standing by some mountain laurel now at Paris Mountain, and it's beautiful. But my favorite flowers are usually the red gaudy flowers like bee balm or geraniums. We know that a plant needs to have pollen spread from one flower to another in order to make more plants. Most plants depend on animals to spread the pollen from flower to flower. So here's the thing about flowers. Have you ever wondered why a flower has a certain color, shape, or scent? Well, it turns out the flower's color, shape, and even scent have been developed over eons in order to attract pollinators. And certain flowers have certain types of pollinators. When you observe an insect getting nectar or pollen from a flower, you're witnessing a relationship that's been going on for at least thousands of years. You probably know that the color red attracts hummingbirds. The tubular shape of many red flowers lets hummingbirds have an advantage with their long, skinny beak. Is a yellow flower really yellow? Bees see ultraviolet light that we do not see. What we see as a yellow buttercup flower might look like a blue flower to a bee. Some flowers even have arrows pointing toward the nectar. This burrow bee is collecting pollen and nectar from a black-eyed Susan flower near the start of Mountain Creek Trail. As it moves from flower to flower, it spreads the pollen, thus pollinating the flowers. I found this flower longhorn beetle on a wild hydrangea. The beetle has figured out that the real flowers with pollen and nectar are in the center, not on the showy white sepals. Looking at these flower shapes, which pollinator animals would be attracted to them? In this study provided by California Academy of Sciences, scientists counted how many pollinators came to certain types of flowers. Most visits to the red flower with no fragrance were from birds. Most visits to the sweet-scented yellow flower were from bees. Moths were the main pollinator that came to the fragrant white flower that bloomed at night. The flower that smelled like rotting meat attracted lots of flies. And did you know that some flowers stop making a scent once they've been pollinated? Are you amazed yet? Raise your hand if you like blueberries. Coffee. So many of our food plants are pollinated by bees. Bumblebees use buzz pollination where they can make a buzz vibration that shakes extra pollen off a flower. This two-spotted bumblebee has a pollen basket on each back leg. The mountain laurel flower has 10 thin filaments with pollen on their tips that are tucked into pockets in the petals. When a bee lands on the flower, this causes the filaments to catapult the pollen tips out of their pockets and onto the bee. It happens so quickly, it is sometimes called explosive pollination. The flower on the right still has its pollen tucked into pockets on the petals. The flower on the left has filaments that have already been sprung, causing pollen to catapult onto a bee. The next time you are admiring a flower, whether in a vase or in your yard or in a state park trail, try to figure out how that flower attracts its pollinator. It's an amazing world, isn't it?